Okay, today we're going to be talking about jailbreaking. It's been in the news recently. It's been in courts. Courts have decided that jailbreaking is legal. And today I'm going to show you why it should be legal and should stay legal. Because it's very important, as you'll see throughout this presentation, that the jailbreaking community is able to stay up and running and how it benefits everybody. So first we're going to take a look at both sides of the story. And we're going to see Apple's perspective and the jailbreak community's perspective, because today we're going to focus on the iPhone, as it's the main one that has been in the news, most likely because they're the ones that have the largest issue with it. So let's begin at the purchase. You stand in line for hours if you're getting your phone on the first day. And you finally get up to the counter, you get your new shiny iPhone. So let's find out what you really got. Did you get the phone, or did you get the iOS software? iOS is a big thing. They value it just as much as they value the phone itself that you're buying. So they feel you bought the phone and you bought the software. You know, the software is one of the main pillars of how they are able to attract consumers. But how much control should they have what you do with not just your phone, but the software itself? You know, can you customize it like you can your phone? You can, do whatever you want to your phone, really. I mean, there are things that void the warranties, but nothing that's going to be illegal. You can smash it on the ground if you want to. And then let's compare that to on the computer side. With a MacBook, I can run Windows on it, never even use the operating system it came with. If I get a Windows PC, yeah, I'm forced to buy Windows, but that's another discussion. But I can lock Windows away and use Linux. I mean, on the computer side of things, they've realized that openness is a good thing. So let's, what are you getting with your money, and what should you be able to do with that purchase you have made? And should you be able to throw out the software, get new stuff? Or are you really just renting the device from the company? If you purchased it, shouldn't you be able to do what you want with it? Just like anything else you purchase? Or are you actually just paying them and renting the device and using it only how they say you can use it? And that is the main problem. But is this really a new idea? I mean, software customization, pirating software, none of this is a new idea. It's been around forever, and there's always been problems and movements against it and for it and everything like that. But the big issue, I think, is the apps. There's ways to get free apps, and this takes money away from Apple. This takes money away from developers, and many people I know want to be developers, so that's something that's on everybody's mind. But the market always has a way of responding to this. Look at the music business, and it just so happens Apple's the one that responded to the market in a big, huge way when the music industry was suffering from pirating songs, albums, and stuff. They presented iTunes, an easy way to download it online and stuff, and that worked out great. The other problem is when you're running software that Apple hasn't approved, your device might not work the way it was intended. It might run slower, and this makes their device look bad. This makes customers unhappy with the device. If you show the device off to your friends and it's frozen and restarting and has to reboot, that causes an issue. And this is one point I actually agree with, and I totally understand that if you're really proud of a product, you want it to run the best it's able to run. And when you've developed everything for it, you can ensure that it's going to run the very best it runs. When other people are putting stuff on it that you don't see, that causes problems. But the truth is, it moves us forward. Innovation comes from stuff like this. Steve Jobs himself, made his first ideas with, Wozniak. If you know any of the history, in the garage, they were using pieces and components from all different things they shouldn't have been using, making software based on others and all kinds of stuff. So that isn't a new idea either. And jailbreaking shows companies what we really want. It shows what consumers are wanting. The first iOS goes through and it, you know, is a gamble. They think they know what we want. Well, through jailbreaking, they're able to see what we want by what we download. And that's a big ching for everybody. Everybody wins. The consumers win, the businesses win, the developers win. So we need to look at jailbreaking from another perspective. The consumers win by getting what they want. I mean, look at every iOS integration that has come out. Notifications, that was a jailbreak. You know, People had the tweaks on their phone and had notifications. We wanted it. Apple was able to see we want it and decided we better get that to them. And we'll do it in a better way, a more innovative way than they've done through the jailbreaking community. So that's a huge win for businesses. They're able to give their consumers what they want. They are able to look and say, hey, look at what these people are doing, And there's thousands of creative people out there in the jailbreaking community making things that don't work for Apple. So they're able to see all this and then implement it themselves in a better way with their stronger resources. And then for developers, it's great too, because, well, they also get to see what the consumers are wanting and build for them, but not all developers are in the App Store and stuff. Some of these developers are for the jailbreaking community or the Cydia store, and they're able to invent these tweaks and basically give everybody freedom. And that is what is most important about jailbreaking, is the freedom for people to be able to do what they want. And it's the responsibility of the businesses to find a way to monetize